James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so we're going ahead and we're getting another day in Japan started, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying the slew and steady diet of videos that have been coming out on the channel. Thank you guys for the support. I do appreciate it, but really intriguing news coming out the middleweight division. It was reported that Chris Eubank Jr. and Erislandy Lara are in negotiations for a WBA world title fight, and this is very intriguing to me because first and foremost, when I heard this news, I had to ask myself the question of, is it believable? Is it truthful? Is it something that I should believe? And I do believe it is true. I do believe that it will happen because first and foremost, even though PBC doesn't have a long tradition of sending their champions overseas, I mean, they've done it before, like Charles Martin with Anthony Joshua comes to mind when I think of these kind of scenarios, but it's very rare. But normally when they send their fighters to another country, PBC, I'm talking about Al Heyman, it's with the thought in mind that they'll cash out or they'll make as much money as possible, that there's not any better financial option than than this scenario. And in this case, I do think this is one of those scenarios. Like, Lara isn't no big time ticket seller. He's a good fighter, been around the elite level for a long time now, but not a ticket seller, not a money maker, right? And PBC just had him fight Danny Garcia. That's probably the most money they can make. That's probably the biggest fight they can put Lara in, is a fight with Danny Garcia at this juncture in time. So Eubank, he's a name in the UK, because of who his dad is and things like that. And I think that it just sounds believable. And then from the Eubank side of things, I didn't want to believe it at first because Eubank has never fought for a world title. He's never even attempted to fight for a world title. He's 35 years old. It's about that time for him to fight for the world title. And I think this is the most favorable circumstances for him. You got Lara, who's an aging fighter, an older fighter, coming to his home country to fight him on his platform or whatever, and it works out for him. It's still gonna be difficult because Lara is tough to beat, but there's not many better scenarios that could have played out for Eubank in this case than fighting Lara. Fighting Lara in the UK at his advanced age of what now? I think Lara's 42 years old. He's the oldest world champion in boxing. So really, the way I see it is the deck is going to be stacked in Eubank's favor, and really all he has to do is show up and have a good performance, and I think he'll be world champion. If he loses to a 42-year-old Lara, then it's boxing. You can lose to anybody, especially somebody as good as Lara, but it will look really bad on him because all these years he was supposed to be in these big time meaningful fights like with Golovkin and things like that, and it never came to fruition. So if he would have gone through, if he goes through everything he's gone through in his career to get to this point, to challenge for the world title and lose to a 42-year-old Erislandy Lara, I think it would be not a good look. So I do believe it. I think it makes sense. In boxing, oftentimes the dollar's got to make sense. The fight has to make business sense, and I think this fight for both parties does make business sense. It ticks boxes in more ways than one. It gives Eubank a chance to challenge for the world title in favorable circumstances. From the Al Heyman PBC side of things, it gives Lara a chance to cash out and make money, and gives Al Heyman a chance to cash out and make some money on Lara that he would normally never make, and continue his title reign against a high-profile opponent. So if this fight does get finalized, as it's been reported that there are negotiations, I like the fight. Stylistically speaking, now that all the business, stuff is out of the way, let's talk about it style-wise. Eubank, he's a funny character because he's had a lot of different coaches over the years. I mean, he changes coaches like a girl changes clothes. I'm not even sure who his trainer is right now, but I know like one of the last times I've seen him in the ring, he was with Bomac. I don't think he's with Bomac anymore, but he looked really good in the Liam Smith rematch. And we know what Eubank, we know we're getting a fighter that has those quick twitch muscles, A lot of combinations, a lot of athleticism, someone with power. You know, those things can be negated. You know, Lara has a way, like many Cubans do, of slowing the pace down and making athletic fighters not be so athletic and not allow them to have those explosive moments that Eubank is going to be looking for. So I think it'll be interesting. And I'll say like this: Eubank has to get Lara's respect in the punching power department early in this fight, because if he doesn't, we've seen Lara against lesser competition, of course. You know, in recent years, his legs aren't what they used to be. We've seen him sit in the pocket and absolutely abuse these guys in the pocket. You know, he can't move around and circle the ring like he used to, so he's had to get accustomed to fighting in the pocket and being more aggressive. And if Eubank can't hurt him and get his respect and give him anything to worry about, then Lara may continue his reign as the oldest world champion in boxing. So it's a very interesting fight. I actually think it's damn near a pick'em fight. It's damn near a 50-50 fight, because if you're betting on Eubank, what you're really betting on is the circumstances. You know, with it being in the UK, him having youth on his side, him being a little hungrier than usual to become a world champion. You're betting on those things. If you're betting on Lara, essentially what you're betting on is the fact that you don't think Eubank is just good enough to cut it, to even beat a 42-year-old Lara. So which one do you believe in more? I'll leave that to you guys, the viewers, but I think it's a good fight for the middleweight division. Probably one of the better fights that could be made at middleweight right now, and hopefully it comes off. But those are my just preliminary thoughts upon hearing the news. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys hit the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here.
Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.